Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? It's now August the 2nd. It's a Thursday. It's 9 a.m. Central Standard Time here in Manitoba, Canada. And I'm going to do a technical analysis on Bitcoin. It's playing out exactly the way that I wanted to play thus far. And just to be transparent about my positions, I'm in a short position for Metaverse where I'm already up roughly $250 after all the fees are reflected, said, and done. I'm also in a long position for Ripple. This is going to be more of a swing position. You know, my logic for Ripple is this, guys, that we have been at support for a very long time, okay? We've been at support for a long time. Like, it does not want to break down below the 45, 40 ranges, okay? And I don't see a reason for it to break down if I'm bullish on Bitcoin. So I'm just thinking to myself right now, hey, Bitcoin does get to something, and I got 50,000 Ripple, which I don't mind holding because the funding of Ripple, if you go look at it, okay, guys, the funding of Ripple is only 0.000000002%. It's very, 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 very cheap to margin trade Ripple. So we have to factor in the funding as well. But for example, if you are, if you're shorting ETP or margin trading ETP, well, I'm already at like a $2 fee, right? And I've only been in a trade for like a few hours, like 2-3 hours. So ETP is very, very expensive to margin trade right now. So I don't mind taking like 5% swings on Ripple. So this is more of a little bit of a long-term hold, you could say. ETP is gonna profit right away. So anyways, I just want to be very transparent about that. So let's get into our technical analysis for Bitcoin. So if you guys remember on Twitter, I drew this a few days ago, right? And or sometime late yesterday, and this is actually kind of playing out like that so far, okay? So far, we'll see how it goes. I always assume parallelity. I want to talk to you guys about an alternate count of mine as well. I didn't bring it up yesterday because I wanted to keep it on point, okay? So on the daily chart, the way that we would see this according to Elliott Wave is most likely like that, right, guys? Now, I'm going to break it down to you guys and give you a very good alternate count, which makes sense as well, all right? So take a look at this. So if that was not 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, then this one right here would be default, something like that, okay? Where we'd be looking at this one right here, like this, okay? So Elliott Wave says that there are 5 waves that go upwards like this, like I covered in my last video. And in each fractal going upwards, or each sub, it's going to divide into fractals and many subwaves as well. So what I'm doing is I'm counting these subwaves in here, okay? Where that's basically a 1, 2, like this is like a 3 somewhere in there, 4, and that's now a 5, okay? So the third wave is impulsively very long. And for my last video, I was talking about taking the impulse. Do you guys hear the cops right now? The cops are coming because Bitcoin's illegal. Bitcoin's illegal, guys. Everybody, throw your Bitcoin to me. Everybody, I'll keep you safe. I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, so the way that I was doing it yesterday was I took the whole fib range because I assumed that for the main count, right, we'd be looking at about 382 retracement. Now, let's just say that we decided to change this up a little bit and we took this fib range right here. Well, we're still at the 382 retracement because the difference between from here to here is only 5%. I'm talking about this low and that low, right? So, yeah, it can be an alternate count, but it doesn't really matter too much, honestly, to me right now. Hold on, how's Ripple doing? It's doing all right. People are just racking up, man. Like if this doubles, guys, honestly, if Bitcoin is bullish, okay, if Bitcoin's bullish and I have 50,000 Ripple, like, well, just put it in this perspective, okay, when Bitcoin was bullish in April there, and Ripple did 100% in like a month, I'm cool with $50,000 in actually it was half a month. If we end up doing it again, right? What if Bitcoin becomes permanently bullish, right, for next few months? Well, Ripple's gonna end up being carried with it as well, subsequently, right? So that's how I'm seeing it right now. Anyways, back to this one here with the alternate count. So with the alternate count, right, we are seeing a 382 retracement roughly around there. And this is a really difficult count to make because I see this subdivided to 3. Let's try to go into a lower time frame to see if we can subdivide this into something else, right? No, we really can't, guys. We really can't. It's so hard right now. It'd be pulling on, it would be like grasping on straws, honestly, if we tried to break this down to 5. Like, okay, let's just try it, right? Like, do we do it from here, where that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? Well, where's the ABC going upwards then, right? I don't really see one going upwards. This is like a long, like just sideways for a super long time. How long did this go for? 3 days, right? 3 days. So now let's just say that every formation for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has some sort of ABC, right? Well, then by default, ABC would have to be somewhere in there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 4, and that's 5. So we'd say to ourselves, all right, well, is ABC technically done already? And then is it really that bullish where it's going to bounce off of the 382 region, right? And to be quite honest, guys, like I bought Bitcoin, right, for my longer term hold around the 382 region. I bought it there because I don't want to miss on the chance, okay? And for me, I'm comfortable taking these really big swings because, you know, it's just money I've got set aside that I wouldn't do with anything with anyways, right? So yeah, I'm really cool, guys, with just doing a long-term hold for it as well. Because whether it goes to 7,500 or 73 or 7,000, I'm one of those people that understands the swings in the game, and I don't mind holding my Bitcoin for 2-3 years, right? What's the difference if I buy Bitcoin at 7,500 or 6,500? If it's going to get to $250,000 in my eyes, where it's going to be that bullish over time, because I really do believe in how the technology can revolutionize the world. It will change the world one day. It's just a matter of waiting. Do you guys remember my Ethereum article? Here, let me show you guys it, okay? Ethereum article, Ethereum, how to mine fast and easy. Click on. I kind of just, this was written in March of 2016, okay? When Ethereum was like less than $10. That's me writing this article that got about 1 million views on this forum, okay? I basically told everybody you have a small chance if you play your cards right to get filthy rich. For example, 1 year where $100 of Litecoin eventually became worth $30,000. That's kind of crazy. What you do with your Ether is up to you. You can hoard and hope, but trust me, it's gonna go up so much. It's going to go up, and or you can sell it right away to use the extra capital for trading crypto. The choice is yours. But remember that Ethereum is huge. This is the biggest thing to happen on the internet in the longest time. How much you believe in it, I believe in Ethereum, versus how much time you can afford to wait will determine what you do. Guys, I'm the guy that wrote this Ethereum article, and I wrote, what will 100 or 200 Ether mean 3 to 4 years from now? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. I wrote this 2 years ago when Ethereum was like under $10, guys. Yeah, I kind of have a good hunch for crap like this, guys. I wonder if anyone actually came back to this forum post and was like, whoa. No, no one at all. Yeah. But anyways, I believe in Ethereum as much as I believe in Bitcoin. Well, not Ethereum, but I believe in Bitcoin, right? As much as I believed in Ethereum back then. Which is why I don't mind buying it at these prices, because I don't care if it even gets at 3,000, guys. As long as I know that I've got Bitcoin solidified, right? Is there really a right time to buy for long term? Just dollar cost average the thing. If you guys are like, not to try and give you guys financial advice, but you know what? Just dollar cost average the thing. If you guys like have the time to spare and the money, it's the best way to do it, because then over time, you're guaranteed, not guaranteed, but your investment will be more sound, right? You're not going to worry about as much. And you have to understand that for a long-term investment, you cannot really worry about these small little swings, right? I mean, do you guys really think Bitcoin's honestly going to go anywhere? Is it going to be banned? Is crypto going to disappear? No. It's being regulated because people are scared of it right now. And central banks are especially, right? These big institutions are just extremely worried of how it can impact traditional economies right now. So anyways, back to Bitcoin, guys. I'm still bullish on it. I don't believe in any way whatsoever we're gonna get below like this number, 5,700, right? I honestly believe that we were gonna get a big bull run earlier already, but yeah, it did not happen. So let's just say that we get interested in Bitcoin to go here, right? Let's just pretend. Okay, like let's just say that we buy Bitcoin around this range. Well, let's talk about RR now, right? And let's talk about RR and what this actually ended up hitting. So the first wave right here ended up hitting a ratio of greater, right, than 161.8. Okay, makes sense. So because that one hit greater than 161.8, we're just going to assume bullishness and say this could hit slightly higher than 261.8. So if I look at my risk to reward ratios right now, they're actually fantastic, okay? So a risk to reward ratio, we'll just assume that it's around here, okay, if it even gets to this range. Now the biggest issue with these strategies, guys, is that, actually I know the biggest issue with you guys, okay? I know, I'm gonna call you guys out on this, watch, okay? You guys are thinking to yourself, okay, well, I'm watching this video and I'm interested in it as well at the 382 to 618 level, but it never actually got lower than that. So I missed my chance to buy, right? That's something that happens a lot, I bet, guys. So do you know the way that I personally overcome these problems? The way that I overcome them is by looking for price action and volume that confirms that there's a bearish or there's bullish reversal, right? We have to then, if we say to ourselves, wow, I missed the chance, it's not just flying up, you have to look for another opportunity. And the way that I usually like to do it is I like to look for a high that forms on the first subwave, right? And then we retrace back and then we're about to break it, right? And then we get this right here. We get a resistance break, right? So then once it breaks like that, I buy it into strength. That's what I like to do. That's something that I really like to do. Or as soon as I find a floor, for example, okay? If I find a floor right over here, where it's just kind of hovering for a few hours or even days, good chance as well that we found support there. And then I might buy a little bit on the low there, and then I'll buy more on the breakout. So that's how I try to get myself back in the game, because I personally believe that we have to be very mindful of how to stay in this game. And if you are not mindful of how to stay in the game and you leave a little bit too early, unfortunately you're not going to really make as much money as you might like. So let's just say hypothetically, guys, we go for this risk to reward ratio. We can even be very, very not so generous, and we can even go 261.8 exactly, right? Right there. Well, that's still a crazy risk to reward of like 2.64 for possible 20% gain. So whether this alternate count or the other count ended up being better, the targets are still roughly the same, believe it or not, okay? Still very much so roughly the same. And I believe that we are going to get over 9K. It's over 9,000. So let's just indulge for a moment and just go with the other view right there, okay? Where this one is the third one, which is a possible count. Definitely a possible count, okay? I'm going to get rid of all that in here. Let's just say this was 4. And it's that bullish, for example. Well, then let's just say I'm going to take all this down now, change the fib range. Okay, now we're going to go for our entire fib extension. Let's just say we did that, right? And now we're going to assume that this one is at least a 1-to-1, okay? A 1-to-1, because then wave 3 is often the longest and never the shortest, okay? So let's say we did this way. Well, that's still kind of a crazy RR, right? Even if I average it out to 0.5 and I went to at least a 1-to-1, that's like a 44.7% gain. So guys, I have no idea what's going to happen, to be honest. You guys have no idea what's going to happen either. Anything could possibly happen. But what we need to understand is that for both cases of the count that I just showed you, is that we are coming between the 0.382 fib region and the 618 fib region, which is going to be incredibly significant in the next few days. So right now, I'm not really in any day trading position for Bitcoin, but I did say that I bought some around the 382 level for a very long-term hold, as in throwing it on my nano ledger and shoving it in a bank somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I do. I don't really keep things physically on me whatsoever. So other than that, guys, I just want to give you guys my quick update on what I think is going on with Bitcoin and how I personally plan to play this. I plan to be interested in it. I plan to dollar cost average. I plan to ladder my buys because I want to be interested in it, guys, right around the 618 fib region. Whether it was here at the 618 fib region or that 0.5, or whether it was for this subwave there, right? I'm going to be interested in it, and we need to really be patient and wait to see what could possibly happen very, very soon. I assure you guys that a lot of professional traders are waiting for pretty much the exact same thing as me. And because they're waiting for the exact same thing as me, I'm sure that the whole world is watching it as well, guys. So what can we do right now except for take chances and understand that at the 382 to the 618 fib region is going to be a very powerful indication. If we hold bullishly at those levels or even bounce right off of the 382, it will completely indicate a lot of the momentum that's to come for the next few months, in my opinion, right? But if we get to like 786 or even lower, depending on the count, right, it might take away some of the faith that we have in Bitcoin as a community. And because of that, well, people might not be too encouraged to go long on it, right? So the sentiment is really important to find out very soon. And I do believe that we're gonna bounce off of it. And I cross my fingers and hope that I'm right. But guys, no one ever knows what's gonna happen. The best traders are the people that account for all possible scenarios, and they look for ways to exit to basically minimize their potential losses, right? Or to hedge accordingly. Because we have to remember as well that good traders know how to preserve and protect their money, and then they can grow it, right? And other than that, guys, I hope that you enjoyed the technical analysis. I'll try to provide one later this evening. And just a quick update on my position. Not doing the best on my position, guys. I'm really not. But at the same time, Ripple is going to be for a longer term hold, like I mentioned, right? But even if it wasn't for a longer term hold, guys, like look how low we are on RSI already right now. So there's a good chance that we're going to bounce on it as well, right? I haven't lost a trade since when? June 24, and I'm only 1% down, which is a very tiny position to me. And I've still got another like $100-something thousand that I could literally play if I wanted to, right? So 1% down, I'm not really too worried about it, guys. Okay, I'll try to catch you up later tonight. It's nice seeing you guys again, all right? If you love these videos that I'm making, let me know by liking it, right? Give me a thumbs up on it if you guys like it. Please make sure you guys are also subscribing to it. And if you're not following me on Twitter already, you guys really need to follow me on Twitter because I post a lot of snippets that can help you throughout the day because that is my ultimate goal, guys, right? So other than that, guys, have yourselves a great day and thank you once again for watching this video. I'll catch you later this evening. Bye now.